Hey people of YouTube, today we're covering the complete installation of the 52-inch Junedale ceiling fan by Home Decorators collection. If you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation and you're looking for some help. We're here to do just that. We've already unpacked the fan and we're going to install this thing step by step all the way to turning it on. But if you want to fast forward to any point in the installation, use the links below and that'll take you straight to that step so you don't have to watch the whole video. If after watching the video you found it helpful, please click like and subscribe and that'll help other people find the video as well. Now before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure that the electricity is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch before starting any project with electricity. If you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. One other note is if you're hanging this fan where there's just a light kit on your ceiling, you need to make sure that the outlet box is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. If not, you'll need to replace that before beginning. So let's talk about the Junedale real quick before getting started. This is a dual mount fan, meaning that it can be hung from a standard flat ceiling with the included downrod, or it can be hung from a higher angled ceiling with an extension downrod you'd purchase separately. It does include some great quick fit installation features, like a slide-on mounting bracket and twist and lock glass shade to make installation easier. It also features a convenient remote control and a 6-way color changing LED light kit that allows you to choose your color temperature ranging from 2700K warm white all the way up to 6500K daylight deluxe. So matching your home's current lighting scheme should be no issue. And it's damp rated, making it perfect for use in covered outdoor locations like porches and patios, but the fan's going to look great indoors as well. So as you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan and we've opened up the manual to the parts page. We're just going to go over all the parts to make sure we have everything before beginning, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you have the slide-on mounting bracket. That comes pre-installed inside the canopy with a decorative ring on the bottom, and we'll show you how to remove that in the first step to get started. You'll have 5 blades, the ball and downrod assembly, the LED module, the twist and lock glass shade, the light kit pan, the decorative motor collar cover, the fan motor. If you're installing this with an extension downrod, you'll have a bit of extension wiring. You'll have the remote and receiver. Now just a quick note about the receiver, it does have this quick connect wire harness plug to make wiring to the fan quick and easy. And the remote, as mentioned, does have a wall cradle for convenient storage when it's not in use. And the battery is included for your convenience as well. You'll also have a hardware pack that has the plastic wire nuts and the blade attachment screws. And you'll have the blade support plates. These will attach to the blades before you install the blades. Again, we'll cover all this in detail in the video. So just some tools we're going to need for this easy project. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. We like to have a long one and a short one on hand. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, some electrical tape. We like to have a line voltage tester just to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. You may need some wire cutters and strippers, and of course a ladder. So we have everything here. We're ready to begin. Let's do this. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the decorative ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first pull off the decorative ring. It's magnetic, so it just pulls off. You'll notice an alignment post at the base of the canopy. You'll need to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the base of the canopy, enough so that that alignment post can exit that hole. Once those 2 screws are loosened, you'll simply lift and twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The bracket has 2 keyhole slots that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. Simply align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and then slide to hold in place before tightening. This is just a demonstration. To install the mounting bracket, begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the outlet box. Next, feed the house supply lines through the mounting bracket and align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws that were loosened in the outlet box. Then slide the mounting bracket into place. Then, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both of the outlet box screws and secure the mounting bracket. Make sure that both screws are completely tightened. Before attaching the blades to the fan, you'll need to adhere the blade support plate to the back of the blade. Flip the blade over to make sure the black side is facing up towards the ceiling, and then align the 3 screw holes at the end of the blade with the 3 screw holes on the blade support plate. Peel the adhesive backing off of the blade support plate, and then align the holes of the support plate with the holes in the end of the fan blade. Firmly press the pieces together to adhere the support plate to the end of the fan blade. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. The blades attach to the fan using the 3 screw holes in the end of the blade that will align with the 3 screw holes in the motor. Insert the end of the blade through the slot on the side of the motor so that the holes align, and use the blade attachment screws from the hardware pack to secure the blade to the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, insert the first screw into the end of the blade, but do not tighten all the way. You'll need a little bit of play to align the 2 remaining screw holes. Start the 2 remaining screws into the 2 holes in the fan blade. Once the 3rd screw is inserted, you can completely tighten the 3rd screw, and then go back and completely tighten the 2 remaining screws. You'll repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. Before routing the wires and attaching the downrod, you'll first need to loosen but not remove the set screw on top of the motor collar. Remove the warning label and use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove this screw. This fan also features a safety tab on the motor collar that will lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. If you ever need to remove the downrod, push the tab down to unscrew the downrod. Before routing the wires through the ball and downrod assembly, gently pull the green wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Next, place the downrod through the canopy so that the largest opening of the canopy is on the ball side. Next, place the decorative ring on the downrod, making sure that the black side with the slots is touching the canopy. The last piece is a decorative motor collar cover. Place that on the downrod so that the largest opening is facing towards the threaded end of the downrod. Then gently run the wires from the fan through the bottom of the downrod so that the plug exits the ball portion. Gently pull the wires through until the downrod meets the motor collar. Attach the downrod to the fan by screwing it into the motor collar. Once the downrod is screwed in, use a flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the top of the motor collar. Once the set screw is tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down the downrod until it meets the top of the fan. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Prepare the remote by first sliding it out of the wall cradle, and then slide the battery compartment cover off of the back of the remote. Install the included battery according to the diagram inside the battery compartment. If you have more than one remote control fan in the house, it's a good idea to change the dip switches in the remote and the receiver. The dip switches in the remote are located inside the battery compartment. The dip switches on the receiver are located under a rubber plug. Simply pull the plug up to expose the dip switches, and use a small tool to set those switches to any combination of up or down. You can set the dip switches to any combination as long as both the remote and the receiver have the same dip switch settings. Once the dip switches are set, replace the rubber plug on the receiver, and then replace the battery compartment cover onto the remote. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot in the ball that will engage the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab. This is just a close-up demonstration. Before hanging the fan, move the house supply lines out of the way to make room for the ball to insert into the mounting bracket. Lift the fan assembly up to the ceiling, noting the location of the slot and the tab in the mounting bracket. Insert the ball into the mounting bracket. Rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. You'll notice that one side of the receiver has the quick connect plug that will connect to the fan wiring. The other side of the receiver has 2 wires to connect to the house wiring. When installing the receiver, make sure the flat side of the receiver is facing towards the ceiling. Insert the receiver into the mounting bracket with the antenna side first, so that the receiver rests on the ball and downrod assembly. Begin wiring the fan by taking the plug from the fan wires and inserting that into the plug from the receiver. The connectors will simply snap together. Next, take the green wire from the ball and downrod assembly and twist that wire together with the green wire from the mounting bracket. Next, connect the green wires to the bare copper house wire. This is the ground connection. Finish the connection using a plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the receiver and twist that wire together with the white wire from the house supply lines. These are the neutral connections. Twist those two wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Finish the wiring by taking the black wire from the receiver and connecting that wire to the black wire from the house supply lines. This is the power connection. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wire connections have been made, gently tuck the wires around the mounting bracket and into the outlet box to make room for the canopy to attach. The canopy attaches to the mounting bracket using two keyhole slots on either side of the canopy that will align with the two screws at the base of the mounting bracket. Align those holes with the screws in the mounting bracket and push the canopy up so the screws come through the keyhole slots. And then twist to hold the canopy in place. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten those screws and secure the canopy. You can tilt the fan to make extra room for the screwdriver to access the screws. Make sure both screws are completely tight. The decorative ring is magnetic. You just need to align the slots of the decorative ring with the two screws at the base of the canopy, and then slide the decorative ring up, and it will attach itself to the bottom of the canopy. The light kit pan attaches to the fan using two keyhole slots and one standard screw hole. Those will align with the three screws in the black bracket in the base of the motor. Begin by first removing and saving one of the three screws, and then loosen but do not remove the two remaining screws. Feed the light wire through the center hole of the light kit pan. Then align the two keyhole slots of the light kit pan with the two screws that were loosened in the black bracket at the base of the motor. Push up and twist to hold the light kit pan in place. Then use the screw that was removed and saved and insert that screw into the standard screw hole of the light kit pan and use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten that screw. Once that screw is tightened, completely tighten the two remaining screws. Make sure all three screws are completely tight. The LED light kit attaches to the fan in the same way, using two keyhole slots and one standard screw hole. These will align with the three screws in the light kit pan. Begin by first removing and saving one screw, and then loosening, but not removing, the two remaining screws in the light kit pan. Next, connect the LED module to the fan by inserting the plugs from the LED module into the wires from the fan. Connect the white wire from the LED module to the white wire from the fan, and the black wire from the LED module to the blue wire from the fan. The plugs will snap together when properly inserted. Once the wire connections are made, tuck the wires up into the light kit pan and align the keyhole slots of the light kit with the two screws that were loosened in the light kit pan. Press up and twist to engage those two screws.
Then use the screw that was removed and saved and insert that into the standard screw hole of the light kit and completely tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Once that screw is completely tighten the 2 remaining screws in the light kit pan. The light shade uses a twist lock system to connect to the fan. There are 3 flat sides on the light shade that will align with the 3 nubs inside the light kit pan. Align the flat sides of the light shade with the 3 nubs in the light kit pan, then press the light shade up and twist clockwise until tight. The fan is controlled by the included remote control. Press the power button to turn the fan and light on and off. Press the fan speed button to cycle through the fan's 3 speeds. Press and release the light control button to turn the light on or off. Press and hold the light button to cycle through the dimming function. Press and release the color temperature button to cycle through the light's 6 color temperature settings, ranging from 2700K warm white to 6500K daylight deluxe. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor controlled by a manual reverse switch on the top of the fan. To access the switch, slide the decorative motor collar cover up on the downrod. That will give you access to the switch located in the motor housing. The default setting is switch down to create a downward airflow for use in the warmer months. Switch up will create an upward airflow to pull warm air from the ceiling during the cooler months. Make sure the fan is off and not running before reversing the switch. Once the switch is set, slide the motor collar cover back down onto the top of the housing. To attach the wall cradle to the wall, begin by removing the screw cover by sliding it out of the wall cradle. Then choose a position on the wall where you'd like to store the remote when not in use. Use the included screws and a Phillips head screwdriver to attach the wall cradle to the wall. Make sure both screws are tight. You may want to use anchors that are also provided when attaching the wall cradle to the wall. Once the screws are tight, reinsert the screw cover into the slots of the wall cradle. Now the wall cradle is ready to hold the remote when not in use. Congratulations, your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.